As always, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. That would be most spectacular. So, our first game of the season, I thought that actually went pretty well with the sample size of 1. But it's always better to start with a win than start with a loss or a draw, I suppose. And we did look extremely good during that game. Now, whether that will persist, I don't really know. But it certainly looked good from us. We created a lot of good chances from open play. Didn't really have to rely on set pieces at all in that game. I think we could have had 3 or 4, honestly, on another day. And probably are a bit unlucky to concede. But I think we will still concede goals like that this season. It's just an inevitability. Now, whether that will work against some of the slightly better teams in this league, I don't know. But I'm looking forward to find out. As today, we host Boda. We beat them 3 times last season. And I would quite like to make it 4 and make it, well, 2 wins out of 2 to start things off today. That'd be lovely. Assistant wants to make loads of changes to the team. I'm very happy with it. Really liking the fact that we've already got links between everyone in our back 3, despite the fact that we have played 1 league game. And I think that's the benefit of playing them together in all those friendlies over the pre-season period of the season, to really build those links up when the season actually starts. Everybody's kind of already got links, minus the 2 in the centre of midfield, but that's fine. We expected that to be the case, given that Grönbeck's not going to play as the ball-winning midfielder today, because Adam Hellborg is back. The question then becomes, what do I do with Grönbeck? Do I drop him for today? It feels like such a strange thing to do, but it's just hard to drop either Christensen or Rakic, given that both of them assisted goals in the last game. Now, that doesn't mean that, like, Grönbeck's going to be dropped from this team, by no means. In fact, if anything, I think it just means that we've actually got rotation for when the fixtures get really tight, which they do almost immediately. We're no longer lacking depth to the squad, despite the fact that the overall numbers of players don't look any different. I feel like they're just stronger in every role. So, I think this is going to be our lineup for today. Hopefully Windholm can grab another goal, and we keep moving. Overall, it does feel like this tactic is way more aggressive, and oh my goodness, snow already. Wow, we didn't get snow till right at the end of last season. I wasn't expecting anything more of that right now. Considering, I suppose we were starting a bit earlier than we did at any point last year, given that we didn't start till April last season and it's March right now, so the snows are still firmly falling here in the Arctic. So apologies in advance for the ball. Hadn't figured I'd need to change that anytime soon. Christensen's ball in, Blad's header! Big save from Linda. Having Hellborg back's going to help too. Christensen bursting forward! Nearly makes it 1-0 as well. Christensen has started this season superbly. I wonder if we've just lucked into the perfect player for that role, accidentally. Oh, almost. He just seems to constantly make great runs. Rakic on the ball still. Windholm round the side for Indistad. He's in behind again. And it's going to be surely a good block from the defender, and it is. But Indistad once again getting behind. That's 3 chances in the first 10 minutes we've had here. Vasquez down for Rakic. The man can deliver a delicious little cross / pass from this sort of area. Indistad saved again. Haven't seen a great deal out of him just yet. But again, Christensen in acres of space in the centre of midfield. Dumps one over the top for Rakic running in behind here. Through from the midfield. The Australian drills it over the crossbar. Oh my goodness. One of these surely has to go in. Windholm's probably not going to... Wow, they let him win the header. And now he could get on the end of this potentially if Indistad can find the ball. He does. Windholm's in behind. Surely the shot is available for him here. Goes all the way through and just drills it home. Tromsø 1, Boda 0, and that was basically an open net for Jakob Windholm, and we look sensational at the start of this season. This team just feels completely different this year. There's something about us. They look so much more fluid. It feels like everybody's got a role to play in this team now, and nobody's really getting in each other's way. Everyone's kind of interchangeable at the moment. There's just runners from everywhere. Indistad now with Windholm. He's got players all around him. He could probably just drop this out wide. He does for Dida. Can he drop this one across? Perhaps. Plenty of options. Indistad's going to just go wide, but then the wing-back moves inside. Vasquez is on the end of it, drops it through, cleared away again. I mean, nearly as good a first-half performance as we had in the last game, ironically, despite the fact we've actually scored 1 less goal in this game in that same time period, but nearly as good creatively. This is insane. I worry about Lewenstein a little bit. I do wonder if Solskjaer might still be the strongest player for that role, and it's just that he was injured in pre-season when I was picking a team. Rakic is all the way in. Rakic is all the way in, and he's drilled it wide again. Carlson. Ball in. Should be a nice block. Good save from Rojek. First time he's been called into action in the full match so far. Although an injury to Grönbeck isn't ideal. He may have to come off again. Vasquez. Indistad. Clips it through. Grönbeck's header over the crossbar. Unfortunately, after less than 10 minutes on the pitch, Grönbeck's had to come off injured. Disappointingly. He was hampered by it, sadly. What a ball. What a ball from Anderson. Indistad's in behind. And it's well saved by Linda. Just 8 seconds left on the night until our back-to-back wins at the start of the season, which would be lovely. They've really pushed up on us. Blad's probably just going to hang on to the ball here, and I don't blame him. And that was perfect. Tromsø 1, Boda 0. In the end, it was a similar story to the last game where we kind of just went out at teams. Didn't score enough in the first half, really, but still, massively dominant win. And tell you what, we actually look quite good this season. Indistad and Windholm, again, fantastic work from them. Everybody just did well. Really pleased with that. But still, would like to see us score a few more goals in these matches when we're so dominant. But we do sit second in the league after 2 games. My target this year is to see if we can get ourselves into Europe, or at the very least show progress as far as points, expected goals, just better that sort of stuff. Really, we could have had 5 or 6 goals so far this season, but, you know, it's fine. We've managed to win both matches, and that's really what matters. Points on the board for me is worth far more right now, particularly as the performances are actually matching it. but hopefully at some point we'll just explode and absolutely smash someone with these sort of games. That's the play anyway. Although next up we do play the reigning champion Starbeck away from home. We've played quite well against them in recent matches, so you never know. Somewhat surprisingly, our young star goalkeeper hasn't even been called up to the Norway under-9. I actually thought he might be in with a shout of an under-18 call-up this time around, but apparently not. Completed our coaching badges. Excellent news. Bumps us to 50% rep. I thought we were at 40%. Did we get some? Wow, we're at 50% rep now. That's probably enough to walk into most major jobs in Scandinavia, I'd say. And we've only got one more license to get. I wonder if we can get it now. They're just like, nah, big no. Oh, this is a big chance for Starbeck. Right on the edge of the area from Teta. It's been such an even game. Oh, that's disappointing. We've held them really well so far. It's been so even. If anything, we've edged it, but that's the first real opportunity, I suppose. Well, I think we can count ourselves very unfortunate that we've not taken any points from this match, and this is, again, a worrying start to the season. Like, a good performance away from home at the reigning champions. Just couldn't take the chances in this match. They scored a direct free kick from the edge of the area, and that was really it. That was the only real highlight that we even saw for the most part. That's really disappointing. We've been very good in all 3 games so far. Like, if we were sat on 7 points right now, I would be extremely happy, and I feel like we would be justified in being on 7 points. That's extremely disappointing to not have that result there. But still, positive signs is that even away from home against the reigning champions, we still look like a team capable of winning matches. Just wasn't to be our day. Hopefully this will turn around. Boom. Final day of the window, I've managed to extend Jakob Windholm's loan for the rest of the season, so that's good. I've also found someone else, and this is he. This is Ola-Petter Onsnes. He's on loan from Starbeck for the rest of the year. We are paying his full wage, of course, but I realized that once that Windholm injury came and we had to bring Dira in, I realized that we definitely needed another striker. I just took a punt on one of the guys I was kind of scouting before, so we've now got ourselves a third option. I don't think he's like really good enough to start for us right now. He's got some good physicals, but I still prefer our current starting pair. But the point is we brought him in anyway, so we definitely got rotation in that role, and he could also play in the attacking midfield if we desperately needed him to, but he's fine and he's homegrown, so that's good. We've got Ola-Petter Onsnes in as well. Rakic to deliver one. Oh, a bit of a mismatch at the near post. Blad's header! And we've hit the crossbar for a 3rd time already. It's been a dominant first half again from us, but you know how these things go. Windholm in behind this time. He's through, and this time he makes no mistake, and it's Tromsø 1, Christiansen 0, and we deserve that. We've hit the bar 3 times in the first half an hour, and now we lead, and Windholm is the man. Thoroughly deserved. Grönbeck from deep. Gomez is there, you know. It's in. It's just a goal. I thought he was offside, but it's Tromsø 2, Christiansen 0. James Gomez with the second, and it looks like we are going to get 3 wins out of 4 to start the season. Come on. Well, there we go. Tromsø 2, Christiansen 0. Once again, very dominant performance, but again, second halves. It's interesting because we don't play a high-tempo tactic, which means that our fitness levels shouldn't be tapering off as much. And it makes me think that our opponents always seem to change something dead on half-time, because in the second half, we do seem to tail off a little bit, which is concerning. And you can see that they definitely came back in towards the end. Maybe it's just the overall stamina of the team, but we will have to see. Still, it's 3 wins out of 4. And all in all, we sit 5th in the league, but we've got 9 points on the board. We've won 3 of our first 4 matches. We're only a point off the top of the league at this stage, and we're probably, I would say output-wise, probably up there with some of the best sides in the division right now in terms of what that to expect from that. Next up, we go away to Lillestrøm, which is not going to be easy, but you just don't know with this team at the moment. So, away at Lillestrøm, matching tactics. We're both playing the same system today, so this is going to be an interesting one to see who's basically got the better setup of the 2 systems. Zachariasen into the box. Don't foul him. Don't foul him. Oh, you... Nico Lucy to step up for Lillestrøm, and it's an easy finish, and we've just handed them a lead in a very tight game, and that could be costly as hell. Lervik with a long ball. Blad should win that. He doesn't. And it's flicked around the side for Zachariasen, who's gone around his man again. And it's 2-0 to Lillestrøm. Gives Vasquez a little bit of work to do, but he's got the ball in. Indistad! It's in. Oh, it's offside because of the bloody defense. The shot hits Indistad, so it's offside. Lewisstein misses it this time. Well one, or not well one, but oh, Zachariasen. How has he done that every time? Every time this man has got the ball, he's been able to take this magic touch away from the defender. I've never seen a player do that 3 times in a game. Indistad dropping very deep here, but he could make a late run perhaps. Anderson round the side for Ansnes. And he's dinked it over the goalkeeper, and it is Lillestrøm 1, Lillestrøm 3, Tromsø 1. It's too little, too late. But, oh, there you go. I don't know. I feel like 3-1 maybe a little bit harsh on us in a way, but... I mean, when has that ever mattered this season? They were just so good in that first half that it just destroyed us. And it's not even that. There was the chance for Windholm in the second half. We were just giving away sillinesses in this game. And Zachariasen, man, he must have outstanding dribbling attributes because he was just able to do this thing where he was just going past people like they weren't even there. It was incredible. What is his dribbling attribute, actually? Probably quite high, let's be honest. He's a very good player, to be fair. I'll be honest, I feel like being 8th at this point is extremely harsh on this team. We've actually been very, very good for the most part over the first few games of the season. Even today was probably our worst performance, and we still were quite in this match for the lot of it. We're a bit bad defensively today and missed our chances, as per. But it's not the end of the world, but it's frustrating as hell, man. To spare you having to watch highlights of us smashing a non-league side in the cup. We won 5-1, played a rotated side other than Jesse Rakic, who scored a penalty early on. We smashed them. They still had a chance in this game. We did obviously play Mateusz Johansson, made his debut, still at 15, I think, in this one. Made a little bit of a mistake for their goal, but it is what it is. We were still very good. Through we go with the rotated side. Something that is worth noting is that this season, we've only had 6 yellow cards in 5 matches. So it does feel like some of the changes we've made as well, just to personnel, have also limited the number of cards we're getting. And we're sort of more in the mid-table of the year when it comes to fouls made as well, which sort of indicates that we're doing all right. Just being able to keep more players unavailable for matches for a longer period of time is definitely going to make a difference, I'd say. So having less bookings will certainly help with that. I'm losing the will to live, mate, I swear. Like, again, top of the league, at home, played them not off the park, but definitely the better side. Again, defensively very stable. Couldn't take a chance to save our life. It feels like the more I try to make a team that's going to create chances, the less time they actually take the chances. And I'm noticing this across all saves on FM at the moment, that it feels like conventional ways of creating opportunities, i.e. one-on-ones, good scoring opportunities, high XG chances, don't go in, basically, it seems. Whereas it seems the marginal opportunities are the ones that go in, but I don't really want to try to force a tactic to create them because it's so inconsistent. Mad. So another good performance leaves us 8th in the league with 10 points. Still only 4 points off the top, I suppose. It is an extraordinarily tight league. And to take another great performance against one of the better sides in the league at that point is great and all, but 91st minute. Can we pull out a late winner in a very, very cagey, tight affair? And it's understood! And it's 1-0 to Tromsø in the 91st minute. Well, we don't really even deserve that much, but maybe that could just put the icing on the cake there. 1-0 Tromsø, come on! Oh, after all the frustration, and it's amazing how one-on-ones we miss constantly. Yeah, a wonderful crossing like that, and Indestad's able to crane his neck to get that on target, and it's 1-0 Tromsø, and we just have to see out the final minute, which we do. And in the end, XG-wise, we actually did come out on top, just barely, because of a couple of late chances in there. Didn't have a lot of shots in this game, but we mostly limited our opponents to really pot shots from range and low-quality headers. 1-0 Tromsø, the clean sheet was intact there, but bloody hell. Some of the misses again in this match. It wasn't the finest performance, but again, we did still come out on top, and defensively do look very, very stable indeed. Oh, that was cathartic, just seeing that in the end, I must say. Particularly as it moves us back up into 6th place in the league. Still only 4 points off the top, with Start being in there as well. We played them off the park in the last match. We move, of course, above them. So this is looking pretty good for us still. We're only 2 points off 2nd spot, so it's been a good start to the year. We're still averaging nearly 2 points a game. It just feels like it could have been so much more over this period. And you'll see what I mean when I actually show you the proper stats breakdown when we get to our stopping point, which I believe is before the Mulder game. We just need to keep on plugging away now. Some tough fixtures coming up, though, with lots of games thick and fast with cup matches midweek. But that's good. That's another back-to-back clean sheets in the league as well is helpful. We've got to start looking a bit more attackingly aggressive. Oh, Kaja's header knocks it down. Oh, Christensen intercepts it beautifully. Indestad, he's got to find Windholm. There's the pass. Can Jacob Windholm score this time? Yes, he can. Tromsø 1, Vålerenga 0. They're currently sitting 2nd in the league, and if we were to beat them, this would be a big statement for us to get back-to-back home wins against good sides and really pull ourselves up the league here. Come on. What a touch that is from Christensen. And then the pass from there is actually fairly straightforward. Indestad with a great ball. And Windholm, just that little touch towards the keeper, then goes to the side, and that was guaranteed goal at that point. Well done, lad. That should be one for Blad. It is. And it's won by Vazquez nicely. He has to cut back inside. Oh, big tackle on him. It doesn't matter. It's come to Indestad. Got runners. Rakic is one of them. Windholm goes past his man. Can he do it again? Oh, he can. It's in off the post, and it's Tromsø 2, Vålerenga 0. Windholm was on a shitter before this. He was on a 6.2 before he scored that goal. I was just about to take him off, and now he's banged a brace out of nowhere. Come on. Get a bit of fortune with the way this ball falls to Indestad. Take nothing away from that. And with the little touch from Windholm there, does the guy with a nutmeg and then bends it in from the edge of the area off the post. Come on, Jonas. Jacob. God damn it, Matt. If nothing else, this team has gumption. Tromsø 2, Vålerenga 0. Windholm with the brace. Again, deserved win. Look at the defensive performances we've been putting in lately. It really is just a case of if we score a goal, we win. That's 7 points from 3 matches in a row at home there against some good sides and not a single goal in amongst them too, and actually finally started to score a couple. We haven't performed our XG. It happened. That actually moves us up to 4th in the league, only 2 points off the top of the league, tied with a lot of other teams in there right now. It's still an extremely tight league, but getting that little run of matches and getting some wins under our belt in there too has made a huge difference. It's, it's 5 wins. It's literally 2 points a game run right now, which is a very respectable record, and we're having a very respectable time, particularly as our next few league games are actually against sides down towards the bottom of the league, I believe. So that is a useful moment for us to maybe pick up some more points and get this show back on the road again. Lots of red cards still going off around the league though. 2 in that game, 2 in that game. Chance for us from the spot. Rakic to score another one in the cup. and it's a brilliant penalty. 1-0 Tromsø. Vasquez's ball, and it's in. And it's Arnsnes to make it 2-0 to Tromsø. We needed that. It's been another one of these weird games. Dominant win in the cup over Grorud, performance-wise anyway. The score sheet, once again, left a little bit to be desired, really. Had to get a penalty in order to even take the lead in this one and get Arnsnes off the bench to grab one late on, but still, we're through, and confidence is good. Another clean sheet as well. Rakic delivers again. Blad's... Oh my god, he's finally scored one. The first corner goal of the whole season. Thomas Blad finally nets one in, and it's 1-0 Tromsø. Dira to the byline. Indestad on the end of it, and it's 2-0 to Tromsø. Lovely cross, lovely finish. 2-0, needed that. Indestad dinks it through. Christensen's shot, well done. First goal for Tobias Christensen. That's important to get him off the mark as well for us. Haugen into the space. He could whip this through, you know. And they've got one. Turn, get a goal back. Well, there we go. Through in the cup. Mostly comfortable after the first half. Turned things right down. Made some early second half subs just to freshen the team up and make sure we got players for the next game. Nice. We just needed to make sure we progressed. But that's good. So just taking a quick look at us statistically after the period of matches now. This isn't entirely accurate, obviously, but also we've played one less game than a lot of teams around us. Point is, we're the second best team statistically in the league, only by a fine margin as well, and odds are also underperforming slightly too. So we've had a really strong start of the season and are kind of exactly where you'd hope we could be. The one downside is we just haven't scored enough goals in this period. As you can see, we're underperforming our XG by nearly 5, which is crazy after such a short space of time. Hopefully that will even itself out, because really, that could be the difference between us actually going all the way this year and getting European qualification and falling out of it. But honestly, the fact is, even with us underperforming at that amount, we're still sitting right up there in 5th and have a game in hand on, I think, at least 3 of the teams above us, including the league leaders. So it's a good sign for us right now. There's definitely an option for us. Probably not today because they're all playing as well. The point is, though, we're right up in there and exactly where we deserve to be. Still had a few frustrating games so far, frustrating moments, but the last couple of matches, it really has started to tweak for us a little bit now. We've sorted the defensive side of things out quite dramatically and are just not conceding goals at all now, and that's made a huge difference because it means that we can just steal games with a 1-0 victory, even in games where we're playing a bit worse in. So that's been really nice to see. 3 consecutive home games as well in that period without conceding a goal and taking 7 points really dug us out from when I was starting to worry about us sliding down the league a little bit, but it's all good. Particularly as today, we face off against bottom of the league, and I think probably winless, Ranheim. Oh no, tell a lie, they've won a game, but they've also lost the other 8 matches in that same period. So this really has to be a nailed-on victory for us to push us even further up, really. It's must win. So I will do a selection advice, but I'll probably keep a lot of things relatively similar. So Windholm's back in. Indestad I will be starting still. I know he's a little bit tired still, so he may have to come off, but he's so good this season. So good. Rakic, Grönbeck, and Helborg, that's fine. I guess Christensen needs a little rest. That's fine. Vasquez, Dira, Solskjaer, Blad, and Lewenstein, no. I'm still debating Solskjaer and Lewenstein. Lewenstein is improving much faster and doing a good job there, but his ratings in matches are just that little bit lower than Solskjaer when he does play. Now, Solskjaer's played some worse teams. It's hard to say at this point, but the key thing is, even when we were performing poorly, our last 5 games ratings were still looking really, really solid. And overall, the team is still performing very well, including Michael Indestad, who's been superb this season. Arguably our best player overall, which is staggering to think that I've criticised him a lot last year, but he's been really good this year. Just need to get a couple more goals out of him. And it was nice to see Blad finally get his first goal for us, even though it was in the cup. The man has had, I think, an XG of nearly 3 so far and has still struggled to find the back of the net in the league. Hopefully, it's a matter of time before we start scoring corner goals too, because we're really letting the side down there. It's just massive. Every single one hits the crossbar. Every time we get a corner goal highlight, crossbar. It's mad. It's magnificently awful, because I genuinely feel like we've been the better team in every game except that one match against Lillestrøm. I said it's the only time this whole season that a team has actually sort of outplayed us for the most part. And even that one, we kept fairly close in terms of like performance-wise towards the end. We had some good chances which we fluffed. So 3-1, you know, could have maybe even been 3-2 on another day. But needless to say, that was the only game I feel like we genuinely were really bad in. The Starbeck one was unlucky, I think. Haven't exactly shot out the traps here in the first half an hour, to be honest. Rakic's ball. Can he find Blad? Oh, it's blocked and cleared away. It's not the best pass for Windholm, though. He's certainly showing the fight to get in there. He's been very odd. And I think we're kind of approaching the same kind of point I was last season with him, where he starts well, but then really does fade. And I want to stick with him and have faith in him this time, because I know he can do it. Vasquez, Indestad, Grönbeck, and it's somehow kept out by the goalkeeper. This feels like an opportunity for us. Come on, Albert, bend it. Oh, it's a good save. Usually when you see the foul for those free kicks, it's a goal, but this time not to be. Rakic delivers again. Blad at the near post again. Saved again by the goalkeeper. Indestad's got it. There's the pass for Windholm. This time he is in, and he has to finish this time. Oh my God. Great defending from the defender. Well, half-time, and again, we've been fantastic, really. I mean, good performance again. Just the chances are there. We cannot take them to save our life. Rakic has been sensational in that role today. It just feels like with that chance where Windholm went through before half-time, if we concede a chance like that, it's almost always a goal, and we just never seem to be able to take them ourselves, and that's the biggest issue. And I wonder what it is, because we've had a multitude of strikers throughout this save, and it always seems to be the same problems. One-on-ones. Going to move to mixed crosses in the second half, try and see if we can maybe drop a couple on Indistad's head instead, so that they're preparing for those lower ones, and we can just dink a couple in and see if we can get some late runs into the box from midfielders perhaps to get on the end of it as well. See if that can open things up a little bit for us, because we played well. And definitely would be good value for the lead. But we need to get the lead, and that's the key. Gomez bringing it out of the back. What was he doing there? I promise I like playing Football Manager. I promise I do. First shot on target of the entire match. 30 seconds after the kickoff. Goes through and goal. There's still plenty of time for us to turn this around, and this team has definitely got 2 goals in it in the second half, given who we're playing against. But do I think we're going to get them? Hell no. Just absolutely not. But Vazquez is there. Can he put one on the head? Oh, could just whip this across for Windholm, perhaps. Goes back out for Rakic. Drops it down for Grönbeck. Oh, what a strike. Albert Grönbeck, pick that one out. Ranheim 1, Tromsø 1. It took less than 5 minutes to get level. But the thing is, if we don't concede the stupid goal, this is us going in front. Indistad, 2 men in the box already. Vazquez back. Rakic, he's on the end of it, though. Rakic, Grönbeck, surely he can't do it again. Good save. Won by Gomez, and now the pressure is really starting to build. Grönbeck, Indistad. Where's the run? There's the run. Windholm's in behind this time. Goes round the goalkeeper. Saved again. Second half has been all us again. Rakic, Indistad. And there's the ball. Indistad's in behind this time. Saved again by Pedersen. Dominating every facet of this match now in the second half. That second goal is surely coming. Or the chances to create it are surely coming. Indistad's in behind again! And it's saved again by Pettersson! This man is having the game of his dreams here. 25 minutes to go. We're still peppering them with chances. Rakic. Blad's header! Off the cross. See what I mean? Every time we get a corner highlight, it goes off the crossbar. I swear to God, every time. Gomez does brilliantly to win that back. We've just been camped in their half for the past 20 minutes here. Hellborg out wide for Antonsson off the bench. Can he drop one across for someone, maybe? Ball in. Asnes! Saved by the goalkeeper again. Every highlight is just, we have a shot. Their keeper lumps it back to us. We go and have another shot. Indistad through for Asnes this time. Can he finish? I beg of you, please, let one go in. Clips it through. Has been blocked. Do you ever get the feeling it just ain't going to be your day? That's how I'm feeling right now. But we are just constantly creating highlights. That's a good sign at least. We're not fading away and not seeing anything. We're still creating constantly. Vazquez into the channel again. Still plenty of time left. Ball in. Asne. Oh my God. We've won it back again. Indistad. Grönbeck's gone for goal. It's saved again by Pettersson. We've got basically 5 seconds to try and score here. Rakic. And it's not going to happen. We're going to somehow draw this match. And we just never stopped creating chances. They weren't even bad ones either. It was constantly getting in behind, shot saved, getting good headers from close range, targets with the balls directly in front of the goal, and somehow we still managed to draw 1-1 with their only real opening of the match. I don't know. That's football for you, innit? But bugger me, mate. We're still 4th in the league. Let's not beat around the bush. We're doing well. 4th in the league. Still have games in hand on both teams above us, other than Mulder in there too, and also a game in hand on every team directly below us as well. So actually, to have 17 points after 9 games is a pretty good start to the season, but you can see how it could have been so much more. Like, we could be a title-winning team if we could just score a goddamn goal. But nevertheless, it's been a good run for us. Only 1 defeat at all today, and that was the one against Lillestrøm. Oh no, there was the Starbeck one in there too. We've had a lot of games in today's video, I realise. It's the cup matches in there too. I didn't want to finish on a random cup game. I wanted to finish on us, well, hopefully winning away from home, but game had other ideas. Luckily, we've got a home game up against Haugesund, who are 11th spot next up. And I feel like this team is capable of beating anybody in this league at the moment. And we are, despite the disappointment, we're still 4th in the league and doing a really good job and have games in hand. So really, I think it's on the way up. I think tactically we're doing the right thing. We're creating as many chances as you possibly can, really. Just have to start taking them, eh? But there you go. So, if you've enjoyed this madness, drop a like. That'd be lovely. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be gorgeous too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Go follow there as well. And I'll see you next time. As, well, I mean, hopefully we can win. That'd be nice. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.